insane? When I get to your base, I bang on the door, only to dance with your ancient war. Set fire to your ancient law. Nobody here is safe from my sword. Even at the throne of the tree, your team will be forcibly forced to flee. No remorse for me and it's sorcery. Pulling news for free is a source of glee. Sleep with the fishes, or fly with the birds. Ride with the senate, or ride with the scourge. Decide I'm not on, die my urge. You can't even stop me with cyclone and purge. Emerge from the shadows of murderous arrows. Burn with the fire to burn to your marrow. Your chance to survive will be narrow. Born and raised in a culture aggro. Walk the wind, cop lost and loose. Shopping again and I bought me some booze. Back out the war with arrows to shoot. Find a weak hero, begin a pursuit. Just at a moment when they're feeling safe. Arrows are burning, I activate straight. End of the chase, I lay them to waste. Then go back to base to buy gloves of hate. Another hero dead, give me some bread. Got my gloves to make power treads. Apologize to work for using his leg. Back to fighting heroes with health in the red. Stealth once again, I'm watching the map. This time his friends are watching his back. Go to the woods and chomp on his sack. Death pack my creeps to get my health back. Get to your base, I bang on the door, only to dance with your ancient war. Set fire to your ancient law. Nobody here is safe from my sword. Even at the throne of the tree, your team will be forcibly forced to flee. No remorse for me and it's sorcery. Pulling news for free is a source of glee. I love killing human beings with my lucid beams. I love sneaking up on cruelest teams and make them lose esteem. My name is Luna Moonfang and I am one with the moon. When I cast my eclipse, bodies become strewn. There is no chance to escape when I attack with my glaives. Cause they ricochet and the seeker swears and your village prays. Prevent the sun from spilling rays, enemies in a million ways. I can't wait to face the villain's gates cause my skills are miss. Mordred will whoop your ass with a coup de grace. You see a shadow when you ask who is that. Then you hit ching ching and your health goes to zero. I buy more bling bling and equip it on my hero. Get to your base, I bang on the door, only to dance with your ancient war. Set fire to your ancient law. Nobody here is safe from my sword. Even at the throne of the tree, your team will be forcibly forced to flee. No remorse for me and it's sorcery. Pulling news for free is a source of glee. I'm coming to your base, yo, covering your face. I'm smothering your race, you've got to run. Mounted on a horse, I'm mounting up a force. Don't count on a remorse, you're almost done. Racking up the kills, you're slacking on your skills. Attacking you with quills and you got no stun. You're gonna die before you even get back to base. You try to run, don't run to the riverbed. Take his chill ass, scanning with his infrared. Once you're spotted, missiles hit you in the head. Boy, you know it, blood will turn the river red. Watch out for raising, my buddy is the living dead. Got a storm cloud chilling with him on his head. Don't leave him fed or you'll all end up fucking dead. Fucking dead, that's how I love to leave my opponents. And if you talking shit to me, you're just hanging from my scrotum. I got plenty of friends, I got plenty of enemies. Some of you I'll never meet, just know and Dodo. When I get to your base, I bang on the door, only to dance with your ancient war.
Hi guys, it's yet again another cast from your favorite caster, Omega Kai, or at least your failed caster, Omega Kai, going by today's earlier cast. In any case, I need you to help me. If you've got some skill in the graphic art department, send me an email and saying you're looking to help me out, because I do need some help with my graphical type plugin screen things that you often see. But you know, also helps in promoting my YouTube channel, or at least developing it into a proper YouTube channel, and same with my Twitch account. So if you've got some skill in that area and you want to reply and you feel you want to help me, definitely send me an email. I will reply to every single person that sends me an email just to say, hey, look, thanks for your help. In any case, I am Omega Kai, and this is a game that I brought to you. A quick plug-in here for the iPlay store, which is a internet cafe basically in the heart of Auckland, 33 Lawrence Street, shop number 4. Right there, excellent layout there. They have a tournament, a Dota 2 tournament, planned for the 17th of August. If you're not familiar with these guys, they did very successful events for both League of Legends and StarCraft 2. So, hey, you should be interested in at least watching this event or going on and have a look at their store. First place being $150 and 5 headphones, which are also in the sort of ballpark of $120 each. So, Great, first prize pool. There's also, I think, $100 for second prize, so we're going to be great. I'm going to speed along quickly now because it is also the game is also in play. The run information here is actually game 2 of a best of 3 for Diet versus RMK. Diet actually being defeated, which gave me sort of pains a little bit because I am a fan of Diet. But we're going into the game now. Going to be joined by Avril again. Hopefully, are you there, buddy?
Hey man, what's going on? I just wanna quickly say I'm also a fan of diets, but you really gotta stick to a diet for it to work. Because if you ever go off a diet, you're just gonna gain all the weight back. So you gotta really stick to it.
Oh, look, I like that Alchemist pickup. We see this MO quite regularly with Diet. The Alchemist Visage combo. They executed brilliantly in the Kiwi Challenge Series 1. It was like they were unstoppable. So they're kind of falling back onto more traditional tactics they tend to use. Feng will be playing that Alchemist. Without a doubt, I'd eat my hat on that one. But what do you think of the band so far?
What's the Alchemist Visage combo? Is that like a special combo that they do somehow? Or?
It's not a special combo. There's nothing unique about it, but they just execute it brilliantly. So well. It's so well. Yeah. I think in one game it was 11 kills, very early in the game that all went to Visage because of this weird sort of pseudo combo that they run. But yeah, let's see how it goes. What do you think about the picks and bans so far?
Well, you know, RMK, they've either done their homework and know that Visage is a deadly pickup for Diet, or they just don't want a Visage. But they've shown a good performance so far. And Clockwork, they loved Clockwork in the first game. They're going to go for number 2. And Conquer works really well with Clockwork. Works extremely well with Clockwork. You get a free torrent in the clock inside the cogs. Good setup for Ghost Ship. I'm liking it so far. It's good.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I do definitely think that in the previous game, Clockwork actually, doing the work. A lot of the engagements, a lot of the battles going purely down to great initiation there by Clockwork, doing what he does well, and I think we can see more of the same.
Oh, this is going to be difficult though. Once you got the OD pick from mid, it's going to be hard. Like, how do you... It's going to be very difficult to play against the OD pick in mid. It's that feared mid hero. It's that mid hero you don't want to play against, and now they have to play against it. And honestly, I at the moment don't really know what they should pick against OD. It's pick something you're confident with.
Yeah, OG having I've said this. You haven't been around for the last few casts, but I've said OG's made this big resurgence. He's back as being the primary mid player. After sort of taking this break where nobody really played him for a while, he wasn't really being considered for tier 1. All of a sudden, bam, he's back, and everybody wants to play him.
He's just so damn good in mid. There's a couple of ways you play around him. You can either dual lane mid. I've seen, teams go dual lane against him, or you can go lone druid, which is kind of like dual laning anyway, because you got a bear and a hero. So it's just so hard to play against an OD. And another hero I've seen played against OD is Bloodseeker, because he really doesn't need the mana. So you can take his intel away. He doesn't care. And he can live in the lane because he can just get all of his life back and stuff like that.
I don't see that working on paper. I mean, that OD ult is really going to ravage him. The only way I can see that working is if he does get
ravages everybody though.
Yeah, but it only ravages heroes who aren't intel based, and it's this imprisonment that ravages, that sort of screws over intel heroes. So you're right in the sense that you can't really put up anyone against them. What I've actually seen work really well is actually a puck against an OD. Sounds weird, but you can just outrange him. You can stay that distance. You can phase out when you think you're going to get imprisoned. So possibly, but Puck, Queen of Pain, those traditional heroes, they're still in the pool. But we may see an untraditional mid.
You can phase out, but if you phase out, then your phase is on cooldown, but his imprisonment isn't on cooldown. He can just get you afterwards, I guess. I mean, they all work. To be honest, any hero can work against OD. It just, at the end of the day, it does come down to the player, and how good you are as a player is a big factor in what will happen in this lane. It just so happens that OD, especially once he starts using imprisonment, is going to get a ton of base damage, which makes it denying and last hitting extremely easy, and you're going to get really dominated from that kind of perspective. And actually, intel heroes get really shut down because if he takes your intel, you got less mana to cast with, and you've also got less base damage. And as an intel hero, you really need the base damage, especially if you're going to try and outlast that Outworld Devourer.
Well, this is how I'm seeing Diets pick up for the next commit. They're going to either pick up Lena, or they're going to pick up Darkseer in this next pick. Definitely one of those two heroes. Because I've seen them play a lot with Lena.
There's actually a few good... Yeah, well, these are Darkseer. Good, I mean, it's got to be one of their core heroes. It's a hero that they picked up in the last game, and probably very many games before that even. So, definitely a core pickup there. And I want to say, you know, there's quite a few heroes that are still available. You got the Wisp still available. You know, that combo Wisp plus anything basically is still available. Nyx is obviously gone. What? I've actually got quite a lot of good bans, but I still feel like there aren't an incredible amount of what I would really say are really top picks that are gone at the moment.
Yeah, I think both teams are going to save some sort of wild card for the 5th position, because it looks like it's going to be one of those games. We've got a Miranda in the mix with that ult. They pick up Jack as their 4 slot. You know, nice solid pickups here. You can't fault either of these teams. Their bans and their picks, all top level play.
Just really gonna have to see what happens in this mid. I'm just really thinking this mid is where things will really go well for Diet unless Remake do something incredible. But otherwise, all the lanes look pretty good to me so far. I mean, once again though, actually, they've got 2 off lanes already, so Mirana might actually go mid. I don't think Clock's gonna go mid. Clock's gonna get pretty devoured by the Outworld Devourer. So, at the moment, I'm seeing Mirana mid, just for the moment.
Man, what is the... Run the numbers for me. Tell me what the crunch is on Mirana versus OD in mid.
You know what? I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Maybe I should Google it. Mirana versus OD mid. See what I get.
While you do that, let's have a quick look at the Sand King pickup. Sand King, I've seen a lot of players Sand King. I'm not a fan of Sand King as support, you know. A lot of people are going to sort of send me hate sort of messages on the Twitch channel or later on the post comments on the the YouTube channel. Look, I see a lot of Sand King play. I've seen some great utility with the Sandstorm, but I just don't like him being in that support position because he's not going to get a lot of farm. He's going to get a really late game Blink Dagger, if he gets a Blink Dagger at all, and it means that he has to kind of walk in or Burrow Strike into a team fight with his ult. So other than adding that, basically that Burrow Strike to a sort of initiation or counter initiation layout, I don't really like Sand King as an ult. So my hopes for Diet after the last performance going down. Come on, Diet, you're my favorite team from both the Kiwi Challenge Series 1 and the pre-challenge. Hopefully you'll do me justice, but let's see how what these last picks up.
Sand King, the thing about the Sand King pick is it means you've now got a double melee in this tri lane, and there's a range. So that's not a bad pickup. You're right about the Lena pickup because now you actually got a pretty decent setup for the Lena with the Sand King as well, into the Alchemist Zone. So actually looks like a pretty deadly tri lane.
Yeah, very potential. I want to talk just very quickly about this Earthshaker. Why is there an Earthshaker pickup all of a sudden?
I guess it kind of combos well with the Jakiro. It kind of does the same job as Jakiro though, so at the same time, you know, I don't know, you got a lot of long range stuns in this team. I do want to say you got really good lockdown on this team. Both Jakiro and Earthshaker got really, the stuns are pretty long range, they hit really well as well. Sacred Arrow on the Mirana is also very good, so... It's again, I think it's just a strategy that they're running. They're going to run this strategy. It's got a lot of stuns in it. It's got a lot of good team fight. I actually really like their team fight. So, Conker's actually going to go mid. This is... yeah.
Oh, I want to say quickly, I do like this tri-lane though. This tri-lane that Diet is running. Look at it with the Alchemist, Lena, and Sand King. That's a solid tri-lane.
I actually don't know how Jakiro and Clockwork are going to do in this lane, assuming Jakiro is going to be in this lane. I don't think Jakiro should be in this lane, so he should get out of there, in my honest opinion, but see what they do. And I guess what Kunka's going to do in this lane is just use Tidebringer repeatedly over and over and over, as you know, obviously his passive, and that's just going to cut away at OD's health. But
Look at this, look at this. RMK choosing to do dual lanes. They're not going to go for any kind of tri lane whatsoever.
Kind of, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. You don't see this often, and it's. I mean, dual lane versus tri lane mid. That could work well, or it's going to give the other team a triple kill. You know, that's basically how that works.
And quickly jumping around in terms of a lot of topics, I do like the Conquer matchup for the OD in the middle. That splash, it doesn't require mana, so it is going to do what it needs to do.
You know, Buyback needs to be so much more on top of this imprisonment, because he wanted to stop Conquer from getting those 2 last hits, but he's just too slow. You got to be real on top of those imprisonments if you want to be able to shut down the other mid player.
Yeah, again, I do think that Diet they've won this draft in terms of on paper. I mean, this Alchemist pickup, they've got such better, strong late game or even mid game carries versus RMK. They've got a Kunkka and they've got a Morana. Kunkka, yeah, he's a late game carry, but
they also won. They also won the draft on paper last game, though. That's something you got to remember. So, which is kind of to see what happens. Jakiro's rotated though. And I think that's good. I think he needs to rotate. So I'm glad they rotated him out. It's just gonna be better for Clockwork. He's gonna be able to get the solo farm, solo XP rather, and that's what he really needs. But he will be in trouble. He will definitely be in trouble. Kunka's actually doing really well mid, because as you said, you know, you don't need mana for Tidebringer, so just spam the hell out of that. 2 levels already. Bam! Look at the damage onto OD. It's doing so much.
yeah, he needs to be really, really careful. I could see this potentially being where First Blood gained if he's not careful.
Oh, top lane though. Morana, long range stun. Earthshaker gets in there. He's blocked. He's blocked out completely. He's got nowhere to go. That's First Blood. That's why you pick an Earthshaker.
Yeah, missed that because I was focused on the bottom. There was a cogs and almost what looked like would be First Blood in the bottom lane as well at the same time. It didn't, and you were right. Top lane going First Blood to RMK. Diet yet again on the back foot.
Man, I mean, Buyback is getting these imprisonments off, but seriously, Origin doesn't care, because he's just going to keep Tidebringer. He's just going to keep using Tidebringer, and it's doing a lot of damage. OD's used up all tangos. He's got a salve left, and he's going to need it. He doesn't know what to do now. It's kind of crazy, actually. Kunkka does pretty good.
In all honesty, he should change his build and go quickly into the early Arcane Orb build, because that's how he's going to out damage the Conqueror in the mid lane. That Astral Imprisonment is not going to help him as much.
Oh, like that. Good timing on the imprisonment, but now he's got no mana. It's a bit of a dice roll with OD as well, because you really need the Essence Aura to proc. If your Aura doesn't proc, you don't get anything. And I've seen a lot of ODs actually not win mid when you should have, just because the Aura didn't proc. It really is a double-edged sword, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, to a degree, I'm in agreement with you, because it is a proc type thing, especially in these early laning phases. But at the same time, you know, when you got those 4 levels of it, and you've got like just 1 level orb, because that's all you really need, you can just do so much damage. You know, regular, consistent damage, and so that's what they should be going for. I think he needs to abandon the typical build of 2 and 2.
Oh, we got a torrent straight onto OD. That was a really good hit. Didn't see that one coming.
Unfortunately, his splash was on cooldown. In any case, the OD, he has a chance. I think he needs to get an early level 5 orb, definitely.
Rotations mid.
Yeah, he's called for help, and help has come in the form of Alina and SK. They are going to look to take out this guy. They have the lockdown to do it. They're just waiting for the right opportunity.
All they need is 1 imprisonment, and that's it. 1 imprisonment, and this is easy. Very easy. No, or not. All your supports are not in range to help. Your supports are not in range to help, but RMK supports are in range to help.
This is turned. RMK turning it. Outworld being caught off by that wall. In fact, it looks like this may be a disaster. They need to regroup and sort of take down at least one hero, or this is going to be all for waste.
Oh, Jakiro's in trouble. Jakiro doesn't...
Nah, he's good. There's no follow through. In fact, SK has to abandon because he sees a Marana arrow.
SK gets hit by a long range.
Oh, and SK going down, and all those abilities just taking him out. RMK showing that they are definitely the top team for this pool.
That was the rotation by RMK. Perfect timing. Absolutely perfect timing. You could not have asked for anything better than that. That was like, you know, as soon as Diet went in, RMK supports, bang, smoke right in. You're going to smoke, we're going to counter smoke. There it is. There, you can't. So well played by RMK. I'm like at a loss for words at that level of support was just really good.
We can see here that Diet is suffering from the same sort of equation that they had in the last game. Their supports are falling way behind. I don't say way behind, but definitely behind the other team, and just not finding the openings they're expecting to find. You know, they went to go in and take out that Conquer. They did Astral Prism, but there was no follow through. It was just out of range.
Oh, bottom lane. Alchemist has already popped his stun. Now they got to find the hero. Oh, he's got the cogs out. Oh, he managed to do it because tanking sees it. Yeah, this will be a kill.
No, it won't be. He does escape. Because of the vanish, and a Burrow Strike just misses, and also the Dragon Flame. That is a next level play there by
Oh,
what?
No, he's gonna counter initiate.
But he will pay for it. No, he pays for it with his life though. And I don't know if that was a right choice, but we do see a Coco rotating in with DD. That splash doing so much damage. That's not a good idea, Sand King. You are going to get killed. He's got no support. Right clicks down.
Dude, Alchemist is really low as well.
Yeah, this is terrible. This is not going at all well for Diet. They feel outplayed, and this, as a result, they're now being extremely hesitant in their plays.
Again, once again, the level of rotations coming through from RMK is seriously winning them these fights so much at the moment. The level of rotations is the deciding factor. Every time Diet wants to go for a kill, every time they want to go for a pick, not going to happen. RMK support's so on target, so ready to come in and support. Like, is making such a huge difference right now.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. I do think the rotation is above par for RMK, and Diet basically not reacting very well to being out positioned in a lot of the lanes, like where they see those rotations missing, or where they know that they've rotated and they haven't responded in kind, and as a result, they tend to get
a big rotation mid.
Yeah, they tend to get caught out. All sides, all angle. There's a hook followed by an earth wall. There's nowhere for him to go. There's a torrent, and he's an easy pick off.
This is the thing about OD is you're actually very easily ganked because you mean you got the Astral Imprisonment, but beyond that you're like please kill me. You're OD and you got a big neon sign that says please gank me because I can't run away for shit. Is basically what OD is. So
yeah, at the same.
It's a lot of that's the weakness.
At the same time, just great. You know, you said it already. Amazing, if not pro level rotation here from RMK. They're just all over the place.
Oh, Invis Rune. Top lane, Invis Rune, Darkseer doesn't know what's happening.
Now he does. But I just want to say,
Ray's a bit too keen.
Yeah, I want to say that RMK just playing very well. They're rotating all over the place, and Diet don't know where they are, and that's the advantage. They've put the enemy into this position where they don't know what's going on, and they're just picking them off. They're capitalizing on it so well.
How are we doing in terms of EXP? So we're above 2,000 already, heading into that 3K mark. You know, gold's kind of not that. You know, 1K is okay, but really EXP is making a big difference. We're sub 10 minutes, and you've got. And let's have a look at levels. What we got? We got hero levels. RMK, you know, their top two heroes are above levels over Diet's heroes. I think this experience factor is going to come into play. You know, it's going to snowball pretty soon, and that's when you're going to see a similar situation to the last game, where your supports are higher level, have a bit more farm, and when you're 5-1, this is going to happen.
Yeah, and I just want to draw attention to the fact that, you know, net worth wise, it's, although it looks really, really close, we should be expecting to see this Alchemist sort of escape, especially Feng in his traditional form. This is a hero he plays exceptionally well, but just not finding those openings.
Morana's actually got a Midas, so that's how Morana keeps up with Alchemist. But actually, Alchemist also with a Midas, so I'm surprised that Alchemist isn't doing better than, you know, both of us had really expected, considering it's Alchemist versus a Morana. We got initiation on mid lane. Oh, that was a really good follow-up by Sand King. Tower's gonna claim a kill. Couldn't save the OD though. You know, I think OD for Clockwork, OD was the more valuable. Oh, no.
I don't know, yeah. I was gonna disagree with you. I was gonna disagree with you.
Clockwork's kind of farmed, so.
No, I was gonna disagree with the fact that because all of their kills are thanks to an excellent engagement by Clockwork. So I was gonna disagree slightly and just say that Clockwork is doing all the work. He's doing all the setups and he's doing what he does best. And I do think it's just basically a fair trade, given that OD's their carry.
Yeah. Well, one of their carries anyway. Well, their mid rather, and their mid here is really important. But what I was more referring to was in terms of hero value, and at this point it's kind of fuzzy, and that's really telling about this game, because usually it's very easy to say, yeah, OD's worth way more than Clockwork, but actually RMK is quite far ahead, or reasonably far ahead, and it actually seems like Clockwork's, you know, a reasonable sort of in terms of value to OD, and that's extremely telling of how far RMK are in this game at the moment. It's not incredibly far, but it's a decent lead.
Yeah, I do though see that there is a potential opening here for the Alchemist. He has now managed to get top of the net worth. He is in a position to bring this back if he's left alone. You know, but it's the same story as before. And meanwhile, they have smoked up, but they're not looking to utilize the smoke. They did want to rotate mid, but there's no one to pick off. Instead, they're going to go for the Alchemist Feng by himself in the bottom lane.
Look how tightly grouped Diet are in this mid position. It's like 4 heroes just kind of quivering behind trees, and it's kind of scary to see that, because it's they don't even know what's happening at the moment, and they're being really defensive about this. De-warding happening, you know, by RMK. We also got long-range missile scouting, from the rocket missiles. That's another thing that you got to consider on Clockwork, is that he actually scouts really well with the rockets.
Yeah, and also you can see here the Feng is he's been forced to hide for such a long time because there was all this missing, and that's what you want to do when you're fighting up against an Alchemist. You want to suppress his ability to farm, and all they need to do is go missing for that to happen. Diet is definitely playing for the game of their life. They are playing extremely defensively, as you've already alluded to. But they haven't given up any kills in the last few minutes, so maybe they've sort of learnt from their earlier mistakes.
That's due to them playing extremely defensive, though. When you group 4 heroes behind trees at your T2 tower, you're not going to get killed, or you hope that you don't get killed. Then it's you know, it is because they're not giving away kills, but it's more so the fact that they're kind of hiding a lot. And I don't know if that's a good thing, because if you hide like that, the other team's going to get ahead.
Yeah, totally agree. Not gonna disagree with that. But at the same time, you know, the graphs say that it's gone back in their favor just slightly since they started hiding. So definitely they've realized that they need to play way more defensively and not give any openings there, especially this OD in the mid lane. But they are 2 towers down.
Rotated actually.
2 towers down.
Rotated top just a while ago. L initiation.
Morana's ult being used also.
Oh, Alchemist! They find OD! Oh, they want to lock him in! Oh, there's so much lockdown coming from RMK! Where do you go if you're OD? You don't go anywhere! We got Sand King, Epicenter that hit absolutely nobody! You're on the run now if you're Giant, because RMK are looking for a lot of blood.
Yeah, they're looking to pick us. This Earthshaker, he's playing so well. He's blocking so many abilities, so many heroes into position, so his team can pick them off. He's actually doing a lot of setup work for Jack, which is converting into kills basically.
They want to keep going. They seriously want to keep going. Oh, very good bar strike there. Oh, do you think he might tick? No, he's not tick. Okay.
Well, you know, Diet is in a position they were in the last game. They need to pull a trick out of their hat. Clockwork just proving to be too much for them. You know, same in the last game.
Once again, that Clockwork pickup. It's once again that Clockwork pickup. If it works, it works. And why stop? Why stop? If it works so well, keep doing it. And that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and I feel that perhaps Diet didn't realize that this Clockwork pickup in the previous game was so influential. I mean, if they'd realized this, they would have banned him out, because I think it's one of the heroes perhaps that RMK play very well.
Yeah. And especially if your opponent shows a weakness to something that they can't handle, like a Clockwork, keep doing it. If they can't handle this kind of approach in the game, you got to keep doing this kind of approach, and it's totally working. It's working so well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, I don't know what to say. This is looking very dire for the Diet.
Another group up mid. There's another group up mid, and this is time wasting because look at Alchemist. He's literally at the trees. He's looking at trees. His face is just staring at a tree, and this is Alchemist. He's their main farmer. He's got to get farm, and he's got no farm.
He's got no farm, but he's not getting the farm that he should be getting.
That's more what I was trying to say. Yeah.
I mean, because he is sitting only a couple of hundred below that of Kunkka, but he should be leading the table, is what you should be saying. He should be at the top of the table. He should be well farmed.
He's doing well.
Nice epicenter.
Oh, this time epicenter hits.
And also good execution with unstable concoction. What happened? Oh, nice OD ult. You know, Diet showing that they're not giving up. They're giving a run for their money, and a great slam there by Earthshaker. And look how low they are. They're all on less than 100 hit points, but they all get away because they've just totally destroyed the enemy team.
When will Diet decide to get sentry wards or dust? Is my next question.
Yeah, they've definitely.
How many Mirana ultis does it take for a team to finally get some detection?
Yeah, I've got to say, yeah, definitely. There's been a number of comments in the in-game spectator chat about the warding situation. In fact, going back about 6 or 7 minutes, there were some comments about it. I didn't comment on it then because I thought, you know, hey, it is still early game, but yeah, definitely a lack of warding at a Diet, which we don't normally see. And this is probably a result of them, you know, I don't want to say panic reacting, but they don't know what to do. They've fallen out of normal routine in terms of how they would play, and so they're just warding now.
Yeah, it's more about you know, placing or just getting detection when you need detection. So dust would have worked really well. Putting a sentry in the middle of the fight would have worked really well. And it's two Mirana ultis later. They've decided not going for number 3. Number 3 is not happening. It's you know, it's time. Now we're gonna group up on both teams now. Odie is sort of in lane but not going for kills. There we go. He's going for lastest now. Earthshaker picks up Blink Dagger. That's a big pickup for Earthshaker. So now we're gonna see RMK really bring some pain with this Earthshaker Blink Dagger. And they've got now multiple ways of initiating, because if they initiate, they've got Earthshaker, they've got Clockwork, they've got an Invis Kunkka, and they've got Mirana's ulti. That's like 4 heroes that have such good initiation right now.
Yeah, and look at this Kunkka. He's looking for a kill. He just can't seem to find it, and I feel really bad for Dive right now. This is a matchup that they should have won. Again, like I said earlier, on paper they're winning a draft, but you know, in execution, definitely RMK. RMK definitely showing that they are the superior team in terms of executing the heroes.
Yeah, and look, they're running a strat. They run a strat against a standard lineup, and as I said a game ago in the draft, if you run a niche strat, if you run a strat lineup, all you have to do is execute your strat and you should win. That's it. And And if you do that, you win. If you don't do that, you probably lose. And they're executing the strat. They are definitely doing it. And so that's why we see.
Oh, we see an amazing hook there into an OD. OD out of position. There's also an epicenter along with a vacuum. Clockwork actually getting taken out as a result of all those abilities. They didn't pick up anybody. So good reactions there from Diet, saving their own teammate with their vacuum.
Good counter initiation from Diet. Very good counter initiation. Earthshaker wants in. Oh, look at this level of damage.
Kunkka splash.
Whoa.
Kunkka splash, so much
He needs
damage.
one hit. He needs one hit. Oh, Dust finally coming out. He won't be in range to get the imprisonment, or will he? Oh, he wants it so bad, and he's got about 5 seconds. Oh, he's gonna just get it, but in about 4 seconds, he's gonna have a Shadow Blade ready.
And he didn't need
It's
it.
a turnaround chance.
He didn't need it.
Turnaround chance if the
He
arrow
didn't need
hits.
it.
No.
No, he didn't need it because of Mirada's out. And
This is a double.
Is under attack.
It was a double turnaround. I just wanted to mention it was a double turnaround from, both teams made a good turnaround in that fight.
yeah, both teams, I don't want to fault Diet because they played very well, but definitely went in the favor of RMK. They picked up 3 for 2. Both teams tuning to turn at the right moment. Diet definitely feeling in deep water at the moment. They need to find some kind of opening. They're waiting for RMK to make a mistake, but this team is playing so well, they're not making those mistakes.
Absolutely not, and that was probably the best kind of fight that Diet could have hoped for. Clockwork dived really deep, straight into tower, bam, lock him down. All your heroes, 5 heroes, are ready to take him down. He's gone out of the fight, 5v4. You chase, but then RMK, the turnaround that they did was equally as good. Taking down 3 heroes for 2, as you said, and that, I think that was the best kind of situation Diet could have hoped for in terms of their kill on Clockwork and their turnaround, but it is just so telling when you see RMK make the kind of turnaround they make on top of that.
Hey, and we can see here there's a smoke up by Diet. They're looking to turn this game. There's an amazing hook shot there from Clockwork, as well as a good imprisonment. This causes the smoke to be a fail smoke, but they do all get out and nobody dies.
No, I'm definitely playing League of Legends here, no deaths. No one dying in team fights. And good escape by Diet. I feel like it was a good initiation by RMK, but Diet managed to get out of that one with no pain.
They're using this
Lincoln's
vacuum.
pick up and runner.
They're using this vacuum at the moment as a counter cogs, basically. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. It's very useful too. It's actually, it does counter cogs and it doesn't at the same time because it removes Clockwork from the cogs, but your allied hero is still in the cogs. So it kind of counters it, but it doesn't really at the same time. But it's good. It's better than not. It's better than the alternative, which is Clockwork gets stuck in there with your hero, which is not what you want.
We have seen it saved a number of heroes, although they are on the back foot. It is a 3-to-1 ratio in the favor of RMK. And Mirana's got a Lincoln Sphere. Mirana's got a Lincoln Sphere. This means that she's not...
I did say it. You must have missed it when I said it, but Mirana has a Lincoln Sphere now. Whoa, doesn't get this done. Lincoln Sphere on cooldown that time, though.
Yeah, in fact, she may get killed out if she's not careful. No, she jumps out. Great timing for that jump. And I love Mirana. Mirana is one of these carries, and I use the bunny quotes, because I feel that she's really superior as a support with those abilities. But she's doing so well. She's adding so much harassment and just staying in lane, even though she could potentially be ganked really easily.
And actually, I want to say Alchemist is caught up decently on farm. I mean, Alchemist was kind of not really on top of farm, but at the moment he's actually on. He's number 1 in terms of farm at the moment, which is what Alchemist does and what you do with Alchemist. And he's gonna get his AC at some point in this game as well. So.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Meanwhile, I still really like what RMK are doing because they're going to keep pressuring this T2 tower while Alchemist isn't here to save it. And he doesn't have a lot of mana. He can TP, but he's not going to be able to do much. So whether RMK realize this or not.
As I was saying before, Feng doing what he does well, playing that carry, but one man does not make a team, And this is almost the same sort of situation in the previous game where Feng was the most farmed, most the highest CS hero in the game, but his support's so underfarmed, so underutilized.
Eventually, last game though, Prophet did outfarm the thing quite considerably, and even so did
Nice smoke up, and there's also unstable concoction charge. They're looking for somebody. They're gonna find it in the form of the clockwork. He goes down so quickly.
Oh, look at that ghost shot! And the fucking Echo Slam! Everything's going down there. Every ability you have, you better throw it down.
That is definitely GG there for that. You know, that went so well initially for them, but that blinking from the Earthshaker, carry Earthshaker, was just so strong. Exoplasm Slam.
This time it was RMK that didn't have the reveal to trying to get rid of the Alchemist. That would have been a team down, but did you see the damage coming through from this Crystallis wielding Kunkka on top of a Tidebringer? Oh wow, that was like a team wipe just in its own.
Yeah, as I like that comment. I used to be a hero like you until I took an arrow to the knee. Yeah, Mirana also landing a very good arrow in that particular matchup as well. Great execution. We know the power of Kunkka with a Desolator, with a Chrysalis, but also if he gets a Daedalus, it is really bad for the team because they're not going to withstand that crit damage.
He's just going to keep going to damage. Daedalus finished
Yeah,
up now,
this
so
is really this is the nail in the coffin.
Pain time coming into you.
Yeah, this is
Get ready to feel the pain.
Oh man, look at me. I'm rubbing my face because I feel this is so bad for Diet. You know, I'm doing the whole like face palm situation because I know that this is going to be one crit and virtually everybody in Diet's team is just going to drop.
Dude, it's going to be Blink Dagger, Fisher, Echo Slam with the crit and no Macropier because Jakira doesn't have a level 1 Macropier. But they probably won't need it because they're doing so much damage just as it is.
Yeah, you know, we had a conversation earlier on. Who do you think will take out the Kiwi Challenge Series 2? And my money was on Diet. My money was solely on Diet because of all the previous games that I've seen them play in, the execution and the way that they play. But in this particular match, we're not seeing that. We're just seeing RMK outplaying them in every facet. Good rotations, good supports, amazing plays there. You know, where most teams would have retreated and fall back, we see them turning and taking the crown and basically this is what's punishing Diet so much.
I really don't like the Aegis. I don't like that RMK keep giving Aegis to the hero that I don't think needs Aegis versus the hero that I do think needs Aegis. The amount of damage that Kunkka output in a team, but the amount of what I like to call is basically the amount of contribution that Kunkka adds is so much more than Mirana at this moment. I don't know.
Oh wow! And Fang is caught up position. He's caught between an ice path and a wall. He has to use that Shadow Blade to escape. They're looking for him. They're looking for him so much, but he does escape, and he basically runs away and cries. He's got nothing he can do.
They're gonna learn from that. They're definitely buying dust now. Jakira's got a sentry already. They're getting ready for this next one. They're saying 2 out of 3. It's not gonna be 3 out of 3. But yeah, Mirana has a Lincolns, Mirana has a Leap, Mirana has an ulti which makes everyone invisible. Mirana doesn't need an Aegis of the Immortal. Kunkka needs an Aegis of the Immortal.
Yeah, and saying that, come on, you gotta be honest, they're winning the game, we're not winning the game.
Oh, it's just little things, little things that you could or could not be doing that even if you're winning, I still don't like to see kind of even small mistakes when even if you're winning, it's just an execution thing. I mean, it's kind of nitpicky, but you gotta try and find the faults of both teams. So even if you're winning, you gotta try and pick out something that you could say they can improve on. Mirana's, however, diving real deep because Mirana's got like this Aegis the Immortal thing that just doesn't need to be worried. And here we go!
But she doesn't die! She doesn't die! She takes all this damage, she finally goes down, but it doesn't matter. They've taken up 3 heroes. This is the situation where they're probably going to be raxed, if not GG'd.
I also like, it's just kind of funny, but OD just imprisoned himself next to the X mark, where he got X marked. Just a little hilarious thing, I don't know. But this game I think is kind of over.
Yeah, RMK.
Understatement.
RMK proving to be too much of an unstoppable force for Diet. Diet losing the crown, winning Kiwi Challenge Series 1 and also winning the pre-challenge series quite convincingly. But new blood into the event shows that there's much more depth within the New Zealand community.
Oh, this time Marana though. This time. I mean, wow, look at that. They actually don't manage to go all the way with that, so... Damage done, though. I mean, I will say, if you look at graphs, damage done, I think would be the phrase that I would use at this point in the game. No racks, but you got the kills, kinda.
Yeah, as Diet, I don't know how you come back from this particular situation. It is definitely all in the favor of RMK, and there was one game that I've casted within the Kiwi Challenge series where someone came back from the situation, but I'm not feeling it here. I feel that RMK is...
It would take a big throw.
Yeah,
It would take a huge throw for RMK.
I think that RMK is just
like several.
playing so well.
Like several. You would need about 3 team wipes for Diet to come back at the moment.
And you know what I put it down to? I definitely put it down to all this play from the Clockwork. He's playing so well.
It's Clockwork and all the supports as well. We saw earlier, every single engagement RMK supports, their level of rotation is so beyond what Diet can handle at this stage. Every time Diet want to go and every time Diet get a good initiation, nope, bang, straight there it is, RMK rotation, all your supports coming in. Earthshaker's about to pick up an Aghanim Scepter as well, so this combo is gonna get pretty huge. Pretty massive combo. Aegis won't be back up, or rather Roshan won't be back up for another, 5 minutes? Yeah. 5 minutes. It's correct. I can't look at that. I don't even know what it looks like. 5 minutes, there it is. Meanwhile, everyone's gonna get farmed, and everyone is extremely farmed, except Shakira. That's kind of disappointing. I want Shakira to have a bit more farm. Does Shakira have an ulti yet? Shakira has 2 levels and Macropire. So, everyone else though, I mean, we look at Alchemist, he's doing pretty good. Everyone else, not so much. And they're struggling to find this farm at the moment. Alchemist is a Midas, and to be fair though, he's keeping up pretty well even with the Midas. And now you got a big group up in this base.
Yeah, definitely. Look, what do you do is Diet? Let's put our mindset into Diet.
Just mentioning net worth though at the moment. You should take a look.
Yeah, it's all Kunker, eh?
Pretty serious. It's pretty serious. But I did mention Alchemist is doing pretty decently. Despite what's happening, but that's what Alchemist does, and now you have a Blink Dagger and an Aghanim Scepter on Earthshaker. The only way this guy could be more complete is if he had, say, a Refresher Orb, and then he would be like Mega Blink Ulti Man.
Yeah, what in all honesty, what this Alchemist needs, he needs a BKB, but he just doesn't have one.
He's got a Skull Basher, so he's actually going to go damage. He can't actually live in fights, which is a problem, but he's going to go damage. And it can work, but the rest of their team is going to melt so quickly that I just don't see it working.
We see a push on the bottom lane here. It is going to be a Jeep dive. They are looking to Rax this. There's a TP back from Alchemist. They're looking to engage us. This is going to be team for the fight. There's a Hawk shot!
Alchemist is probably the one they want. They haven't found anyone though. They gotta find someone. Ultis still haven't, we still got Earthshaker's ulti still up. No, not anymore. That's gone. Look at all that damage.
Oh wow, Morana's out, and that is definitely going to be GG. I think this is Diet being eliminated from this. Yeah, I think this is a Giant being eliminated from the series. That Marana, oh man, I can't believe, coupled with I think it was Jack's ult, just doing so much damage, finishing off all the heroes.
It's like every single ult. They haven't GG'd yet, so they got a fort, and Lena and Darkseid are gonna come back and make a final stand against like 5 heroes that they can't do anything against. Is it elimination? Is it? Are they completely out of the tournament?
It's a best of 3, and this is game 2, so you can pretty much say that Diet is out.
There's no lower bracket, there's no losers bracket or anything like that.
Full play straight into the semi-final, quarter-final event, and this is going to be Diet being eliminated, which means it means RMK is definitely going to go into the next couple of phases being the favourites all the way through, because no one played at this level.
Who are the other teams? Who are the other teams to look at?
GD, GTB. That's all at the stage. This is the third team. I can't remember who the other one is.
I was talking to Origin from RMK in between these 2 games here, and I said, I think Diet are the favourites at the moment in this tournament. So if you guys do well against Diet, I think you'll end up being the favourites. And my reply was basically, well, they were quite surprised when I told them that Diet were the favourites.
Yeah, they were definitely the favourites. I mean, they won Kiwi Challenge Series 1. They also won the pre-event, so they've made a presence. But they'll be reeling from this though. They'll be feeling very, very poor after this particular game, and also the last game.
A lot to learn from.
They definitely feel like they're in the back end. And I talked to, I'm not going to say who I talked to in between game, but I talked to a couple of the Diet players in between game, and they're saying that this Kiwi Challenge is definitely showing them that there is more talent out there within the New Zealand community.
Oh, totally, man. And we haven't even seen the best. I guarantee you, you have not even seen the best in New Zealand yet. This is good, but if any of you have seen the Barcode NZ tournaments, because RMK have played before. RMK are incredibly good, but there is some serious talent in New Zealand, and they are damn good. We haven't seen them in this tournament yet. None of those teams are in this tournament, apart from RMK.
Yeah, and poor Diet.
I'm talking international level experience here. So when I say damn good, I'm not talking like they like won some land in Australia. They like beyond that, like far beyond that, trust me.
Yeah, Diet choosing not to give up, they don't want to make it an easy game. They're just going to play all the way through until they've actually been raxed.
They want to make it an uneasy game, but for who is the question? Who are they making this uneasy game for?
Yeah, and I'm with the commentators in the channel. It's a shame that this game isn't going to go to Game 3, because this would have been the most epic matchup of the particular series. But hey, well played by RMK. Don't want to call it early, but we've got to face the reality. Reality is that this is RMK's game, and I'll tell
you right now. The reality is Marana is about to get an Aegis on top of a Divine Rapier. Is the reality of the situation at the moment. If you didn't realize the game was over, you will very soon after this. After this short break from our sponsors, you will know this game is totally over. And the Lincoln Sphere on top of that, oh man.
Yeah, Divine Rapier, they're just really just sealing the game now, They should take it. This should be at least in 2 minutes from now. We should be all kicking back, ready to hit the hay for a solid day of work on Monday. But hey, we'll see. The Marana might get caught out of position. She may die twice. It's happened. It's not impossible.
Seeing the level of rotation, the level of roaming, the level of supporting coming through from RMK at the moment, it's nigh impossible that it will happen. If you're able to rotate as effectively as you did in that early game, like that is some of the most solid rotation I've seen across the majority of teams I've watched. Seriously, that was so good. Oh, we got a.
As I was saying,
desperation smoke coming up.
As I was saying to people earlier in the day, Diet should win this game, and they should win these games, and they haven't. So I have to eat my hat now, because it clearly RMK, a team that I underestimated.
Uh-oh. Here we go. We're about to see Marana's massive damage coming out. Even a buyback from Alchemist. I would have actually just not bought back so that my stats look better at the end of the game, so it looks like I've got more gold. It's all about the in-game stats, you know. Your mum's gonna be watching and she needs to be proud of you, so make sure you got some good gold at the end of that game.
Oh, facepalm, double facepalm for Omega Kai. Yeah, Diet being eliminated, my favorite team, the team that I follow regularly outside of this event, going to RMK, the newcomers in the Kiwi Challenge Series
Following
event.
them home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Meeting the parents, you love it. Oh yeah.
Well played by RMK. Gonna do a quick plug-in because this is the last cast of the weekend. As you can see there on your screen now, there is a plug-in. I need your help. You good at graphic design, or you want to help me with my logos or YouTube channel? You want to help moderate? Let me know. Sponsors there. You can see there. This is not actually a sponsor, but I play doing an event early in August, around actually just before TI3. Gonna be first place, $150 plus 5 Razer headphones, which have got a retail value of between $140 and $160. So that is a serious first prize pool, and $100 cash for second place. So it's nothing to scoff at. It is $10 per person though, so it is a registered event. Everyone, myself, will be there. I will be supporting everyone in the casting. So you guys who are in Auckland, if you're interested in winning some serious prize pool type situation, go along and to their website. I don't have it. I should have it, but I don't have it. And let them know that you're interested in playing. Yeah, that was the final game, unfortunately, for Diet. My favorite team. I feel very bad for them. But hey, well played, RMK. We'll see them in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, playing up against one of the other 4 teams that also won, possibly GD, I'm thinking at this stage. I was Omega Kai, and my co-caster was Ever. I want to thank him for coming along and helping me out here. How's it going?
I always love it, man. I always enjoy it. I had a good time. I probably changed my underwear a couple of times in that game, so, you know, I keep my drawer close. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, thanks guys, and we'll see you next weekend for the final event, which is going to be a doozy. It is over the weekend also, yet again. Stay tuned to D2NZ or Facebook page. Just like earlier this week, I missed out some of the pool play games because there was a sudden change. You know, I'm not affiliated with D2Z. Not affiliated with D2NZ, so you do need to stay tuned to that channel if you want to watch the games in game. Otherwise, if you've got friends that want to know how these games are unfolded, link to my channel. And thanks for watching, guys, especially those guys who are currently watching live.